Wait, hold on. Oh no, I messed it up. Alright, you're good.
Hi, I'm Anikka, for those of you who don't know me. Now, I'm sure most of you have played this game with your friends, where you go back and forth and insult each other. Well, I know Will has played this game. Well, some may say that I'm a little too good at this game. I tend to go straight for the jugular when I get a little offended. But I never like to show that I'm offended, so instead I just insult them as hard as I can. And this one time, I was playing it with my best friend, and she said something I obviously took offense to. So I went back at her and I said, "Shut up, you pizza face." And she's always had a problem with acne. She was on Accutane at the time, but it was still a very sensitive topic. And she said stuff that I can't really say in class. She got her point across that she was very angry. She immediately blocked me on everything. On all social media, she blocked my number. I had to email her. I emailed her to apologize. And this was right before we were supposed to go on vacation. We went on vacation every year. It was a tradition. I'd go with her family, she'd come with mine, ever since we were about 6 years old. And she was ready to break that tradition, all because I said pizza face to her. So she finally came around, she forgave me, we went on vacation, but there was a problem. There was some anxiety between us. We couldn't really talk about one another's physical appearances without there being some awkwardness. So once we went on vacation, she was still very tense. She held a lot of grudges. Even over small miscommunications with anyone, I became her only friend. She would find new things to get angry at that usually wouldn't make people angry. Her patience was very low. My point is, people shouldn't hold grudges. They're really just not healthy for you. Most psychologists believe it is so easy to hold a grudge because anger is one of our strongest emotions. Our negative thoughts crowd out our positive ones, and we are no longer able to think positively. We're no longer able to not have anger. You begin to feel bitter, and you want revenge. The downside to holding these grudges and having such anger, which I learned from the Journal of Personality and Mental Health, is that they determined that less willingness to forgive predicted greater hopelessness, which in turn predicted greater depression. So in a sense, when you are so angry and you're constantly holding grudges, you become depressed. And in her case, she developed anxiety, which is associated with depression. And you have no drive when you have no hope. Another study from the Journal of Psychoscience asked college students to imagine holding a grudge. When they imagined holding a grudge, they felt stronger negative emotions and experienced higher heart rate, blood pressure, and sympathetic nervous system activity than when imagining forgiveness. The nervous system controls fight or flight, or one's unconscious actions, so that explains her anxiety and the tension between us. Psychologist C.R. Snyder said once that forgiveness is giving up the hope that the past could be any different. So essentially, when you're holding a grudge, you're not really changing the past. So what is the point of holding the grudge when you're not making a difference in what you're angry at? Upsides to forgiveness include healthier relationships, improved mental health, less anxiety, stress, and hostility, lower blood pressure, fewer symptoms of depression, a stronger immune system, improved heart health, and improved self-esteem. Now my friend who constantly holds grudges, she has terrible anxiety, she's always sick, and she does not have strong self-esteem at all. And I always wondered if she didn't hold on to these grudges, would she feel better about herself? Not only does it hurt you emotionally, it hurts you mentally and physically. When you're depressed, you get sick. In conclusion, at the end of the day, if you're the one holding grudges, you're the one with higher blood pressure. And really, what is the point of holding a grudge? You can't change the past. You're constantly angry. Something's always the matter with you. You don't have any patience, and you're ruining your relationships. Thank you.
Lydia,
the time?
5:02.